I'm gonna go out front and get some sage.
Okay. Okay.
The chive right there?
Yep.
Grab a little chive. Perfect. Okay.
Oh.
All right. How you doing? Scott Richardson from Bullfinch's Restaurant in Sudbury. I'm here at my cameraman partner in Gorilla Gourmet, Bob Heisen's house here in Framingham. Your wife's name?
Elaine.
Elaine. Elaine and Bob Heisen's house. Thank you very much for having me. You know the premise of the show. We come in, we take a look around their pantries, freezers, refrigerators, come up with something to eat. Gonna do something fall-like since we are in fall, September sometime. And I found some great stuff. Bob is a terrific cook in his own right, does lots of cooking at home, so he just had his kitchen redone. It's beautiful, nicely organized. He's got lots of great ingredients. So here we go. I found an acorn squash, which we're gonna do as a side dish. Acorn squash, I just like to really like to just roast it. I think is the easiest and best way to do it. Just gonna half it and pull out the seeds. This is one of my favorite squashes. Love acorn squash.
When I roast with that in the ovens, it takes like, it says an hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
and it just falls apart.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's too much.
sometimes it is too much. I think it depends also how big you cut it, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it down into thirds here. Take that. Oh, no, I have my roasting pan right here. Don't know if I got a big enough roasting pan. That's all right. I'll do these at a later date. Okay, so all I'm going to do with this, very simple. A little pat of butter on each. There we go. A little touch of cinnamon. A little brown sugar. This is dark brown. You can certainly use light brown if you'd like to. Sprinkle that. I found a little molasses, which gives it just a little extra hint of sweetness, kind of a different warm sweetness.
It smells good already in here.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? You can't go wrong with that. Okay. Just gonna do a little sprinkle of salt. A little grind of black pepper. Alright. That's gonna go in the oven like that. We've got your convection on at 400. I would think these probably won't take more than 45 minutes. Most likely half an hour. So in we go with that. Leave that alone. While I'm over here at the stovetop, I'm just gonna, Bob had some brown rice. We're just gonna cook up a little brown rice for starch. So I'm gonna get this started. No, I'm on the wrong burner. So Bob's got homemade chicken stock right here. Love to see that. So we're just going to make a little bit of brown rice to go along with it. I'm gonna keep this plain just because we're gonna have a lot of flavor in the squash. We're making adding a lot of flavor and spices to the chicken. So we're just gonna kind of go with a very plain, straight up brown rice. Pardon me for reading directions. We're gonna do a double serving. 2.5 cups. And it's nice that you have homemade chicken stock here. If you don't use it up quickly, I've seen it put in ice cube trays so you can pull out, and freeze it, pull it out as you need it.
I also measured 1 cup and put them in plastic baggies and freeze it.
Well, there you go. Another excellent way to do it. Okay, so we've got our stock in there. We'll put a pinch of salt and a little dab of butter in there, just to give it a little flavor. Bring that to a boil and then we'll add our rice. Start prepping our chicken breasts and a little sauce to go with it. Alright, so that's coming to a boil. So for our chicken breasts, we're just gonna, I love skin on, bone in chicken breast. It really adds a lot of flavor to the chicken. So I love to see that. We've got lots of beautiful fresh herbs out of Bob's Garden. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these herbs and just make a little fine dice out of it and just tuck it under the skin of the chicken breast. So we got some rosemary, get lots of fresh thyme out there. Oh, it smells great. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision at home because it's nothing like fresh herbs right out of the garden. And they're so simple, plant them. Most of them will come back next year. It's just nice to have a little variety. I have all these at home in my garden too, plus a little fresh cilantro too for when we make Mexican or something yummy like that. Okay, got plenty of fresh herbs. I'm just going to do a nice fine dice on this. As I said before, all fingers rolled back, thumb tucked behind so that you finish the cooking process with all the same fingers that you started with. And knife is designed to roll, really. It's more of a rolling motion than it is a chopping motion. It smells so good when you start chopping them. We don't have much more time for these, another couple weeks and these are going to be gone. We're going to have to go back to dried. Remember to throw out your dried herbs every 6 months if you don't use them. Start fresh. Okay, so we've got just a nice little chop like that. You know me, I try and use as few pots and pans as possible so there's not a big cleanup. So I've got these. We're going to bring them over to the sink and start our chicken breast, get our chicken breast started. I've got my handy dandy bleach bucket here. It's easy when you're preparing lots of different stuff. So you just pull the skin away from the breast, make a little space in there, stuff a little herbs in there. That way we won't lose them in the cooking process. There we go. Lay it back down. Pull the skin back. Fresh herbs down there. And this will really infuse the